bring it up here, please? So checking the fuel hasn't fallen in a while, so you can get water. So any water would be at the bottom of the thing. Is water's heavier than fuel.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing we look for. You have to see how much fuel we got. So. These gaskets are old, so if you move the parts a lot and they stay loose, they use the oil fuel lubricate, but if it sits out for like a week and not fine as the weather, then the thing gets stiff.
Oh, yeah.
These straps are really secure, which is good in a way.
Is this a Cessna 150?
Yes, it's Cessna 150, yeah. So it's the 150s were from like 1956 to 75, 76, and the 152 came in after. The 150s actually better, they have 40 degrees of flaps, much more capable, short field. And,
yeah.
But the 150s a little faster, a little more horsepower, but they have less flaps, a little bit more modern, but same basic design, they fly pretty much the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Gallons in that thing.
Is that enough?
Well, it depends how long you're flying. So the plane, the full bore burns like 5.5 gallons an hour, but that's like full cruise. When we're taxiing, taking off, and a lot of them, be getting up in the air doing things. So I'll have to say, probably have enough when we get fuel after or whenever someone wants to. Probably, I'd like to have like an hour extra reserve, so we have at least 5-6 gallons in this one. We'll probably be okay. Just along good. Right here.
Some thunderstorms 25,000 feet like west of here, but they're very sporadic, but right over the field. And the four-flight has a weather thing, or even like the regular weather apps will show the radar right over the airport. So, okay, you have any idea what this little piece is?
I was wondering if that's supposed to be bent. Is that to help push against the tendency to...
Yeah, so this is called a fixed trim. So this is movable trim. This is the trim tab. You know what a trim tab is used on the plane? Anytime you add more power, the trim wheel. So that moves this, and every plane needs a movable trim on the elevator because every power setting you need different trim. This is rudder, so we try to design it so when we're straight and level in flight on a trip, you don't want to use any rudder, any aileron. So this plane is quite bent left, but this is basically giving it rudder. So it's giving the wind this little tab, so you never want to touch it, but this was bent for a reason. So to fly hands off at altitude, probably because it's an old plane, this is what they felt they had to do. So you never want to touch this or bend it. You always want to grab it down here. So that's a fixed trim. So if someone bent that straight, then you would find at altitude, you'd have to constantly keep some pressure on the thing, which is a drag. Okay, so the trim looks good. Everything looks good. We got that there. Okay, let's unload actually. It'll work. What is this doing here? Okay, it's not right. What's this say? The microphone. Oh. Okay. Oh, this isn't me. Okay, do this. Fix this. This guy. Yeah, there you go. Nice being young. There you go. That's good. Yeah, you're more limber than me. My leg. The older I get, I really clear this. This one is my blue plane is a year different, and they added 1.4 inches of seat.
Oh, really?
Going farther back. So I said, I know there's something different with this plane. So I went home like, oh yeah, your plane is a 72, mine's a 73, and yours they added like it's like 1.5 inches less seat, movement than mine. Sitting on the field for many years not flying, so then the mechanic fixed it up and stuff. And since it's the same, it's a year different, but it's the same model, same 150L, so all the speeds are the same. So it's students can, if they fly one, they can fly either one of them. Mine has GPS and other stuff. Hers just has a simple radio, but it's fine for that. And it's got a VOR, which is old-fashioned, but they still have that on the written test. You have to know how to use a VOR. So, okay. So, finally. So the way these doors work is there's no You just grab this and just give it a good. You gotta seriously give it a good slam, and then if it's locked, you just put there and it's good. Okay.
Yep.
So you gotta push the button. School briefing. Okay. We're flying. If you see any traffic, just point it out.
Yeah.
You know, by the clock on above or below. Any problems when we had to land off airplane, anything like that, you're gonna get up and open the door, leaving the plane to the back, kind of thing.
Yep.
Okay, airport diagram. We're staying here. See if the shoulder harnesses work. But you have a shoulder harness, so if you put yours on, you grab it, and it clips onto this little bump that's there. Yeah, this little hole goes into the hole that's down there, and then it pulls up. You might hear a little click. When they wear, they don't get the click that much, but as long as it's
there you go.
And you want a little bit looser to be able to move around, so it's not constricting you. Okay, mixture rich. That puts the fuel to the engine. Carburetor heat is cold. Prime we don't need. Give it a shot of throttle. Okay. So you can take this key and it's gonna go like that. Put it in the key switch with the should go in. And then you're gonna turn the master switch on. It's the red switch. Okay. And then the beacon strobe should already be on. Where does it say beacon?
That's that one. That's on.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Strobe doesn't.
Yep. Okay. And then we're gonna do the nav lights. Stay off there and operative right now. That's all we need for the day. Okay. Open. So this yellow. Open the window and yell clear prop.
Clear prop.
Good. And then you look around, make sure no one's around. Because it really is a warning that you're going to be doing that. If someone's walking towards the plane, they know you're starting it. So you want to take the key and go 3 clicks. So go left, right, and both.
Are the brakes set?
Yeah, I got the brakes. Left, right, and both. And then I'm going to look at the prop. It's good. So now you're going to take the key and go to start. When you hear the engine start, just let go of the key. Good. Go to 1,000 RPM.
Yep.
And we check for oil pressure coming up pretty quick, which
yep.
There, it's coming
good
up.
Fuel.
The headset's on.
I'm stuck on fuel.
just take your feet to the top.
Push the top, yeah.
Yeah, put the top, that's good. You can do that. I'll keep an eye on it. Okay, so we got some flight and some safety packs. So I can see it. So we're not going that sky, that's ground. Let's go to 700. This doesn't really work the airline up, it's what we use the ball, the airplane's kind of wobbly. And then, like, this thing's so dark. That's all. Basic. Yeah, pretty much that's what it's going to be. Just a little bit up, you can set up, you push it down, yeah. Yeah, you gotta get the number, so we see what's number. So it's 190, so it's 190, yeah. So, is it like 1 points out? Well, it's 1 line points out here. 1 line points out, what's the number over here? Okay, so 175, see, backwards, so 175. So, yeah, so don't say it's 1 line, minus 770, so that's 150. Yeah, then 150, so swing backwards. Yeah, so we the number 7, so 175, 775. So, the big numbers are 10 and the number 5. Yeah, the line is 5 each. So, 60, 70, yeah. 170, and the airport is 0. Hold the brakes real good. Take the throttle, go to 1700. Yeah, you got the top of them, you're kind of pushing them both equally hard, but as long as you stay still, you're fine. As long as you're not moving, you're fine. As you add power, just make sure it doesn't creep forward. If it does, you got to push a little bit more.
And what RPM?
1700. Make sure the end doesn't conk out.
Yeah.
That looks good. And now you can put car feet in. Okay. Take a right turn and we're going to go that way. So what you want to do, I'll do the throttle for you. So start turning right.
That's full right rudder.
Okay, then use a little toe brake to help you if you got full right. Yep. And not so much to stop. You got to loosen it up a little bit. And then
don't you taxi about 11 or 1100 RPM?
Well, I just do it visually. I mean, don't look at this. See, this is good. See how we're moving nice and clean?
Yeah.
So most people need too much time. You see, if you too much brake, you stop. Stay good, make a right turn up here to get this line. Beautiful. You know the line will be right in front of you over here.
Right, it's going to be a line with your right knee, right?
Pretty much your center vision, almost to the yoke, so right about here. And that's good. And look at the yellow line, way it's that little tree in the distance. That's what you aim for. It's like my question would be right next to my question. Around here, I'm going to stop right about here. Yep. So I like to point here and stop. So if I had a low wing, I would go up to the line. With the high wing, I want to be able to see the approach. If I was right here, I would block my approach. Okay. So now we do that. We go back to 1,000. I'm going to do the before takeoff. So departure briefing. I'm going to do the takeoff. I'm going to get us in the air, get us trimmed, flying about the best climb speed is 76. So I'm going to get 76, 80, whatever, get it trimmed up, but then I'm just going to give it to you. And it's just going to be a couple fingers, a little right rudder if we're climbing to keep the ball in the center. Close your door and your window. You get on the money, we'll double check the heading indicator. Wind check here. Southwest traffic, Cessna 1, 322, back departing runway 20 to the southwest. Runway, so if someone wanted to land the other way, they could easily do it as long as they announce it. Really have to always
there's some birds on the runway.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was the geese. Yeah.
They'll probably fly away when we get closer, right?
Yeah, well, they're supposed to, but we have to keep an eye on them. by the moment we meet it on the plane, which is 20, and we get lined up here, we're going to set it to 20, so we get lined up and meet.
Oh, they're back on the runway. There's two of them. Off to the right?
Just off to the right, okay.
See them?
Let's see if I can do it back to the board, I'll do it. So let's just...
They're walking right into the middle.
Right, see, might go right in front of us, see that?
That would have been dangerous.
Yeah. Southwich traffic. Back taxi. Plane 20.
It's like online that you're taxing. You're trying to use the floor.
Now make a left turn, so use the toe brake and pivot position. There you go. That's toe brake and pivot. That's nice, beautiful. Line up, beautiful. Okay, then we're gonna. What's he doing?
He's a mile north.
Okay. Southbridge traffic, Cessna 132. So go back to departing runway 20 to the southeast of Southbridge.
Alright, I'm off the middle.
runway. I was a little fast coming because it was calm. You see how much runway it took me to land, but I wanted to stall it on the runway. I wanted to wait till the plane was landing. You don't fly it on the runway. It's hard to tell with the simulator because you can't feel it, but with this,
that's the hardest part. Is trying to get.
Yeah, you do these landings, but you're actually kind of flying it on the runway. Where in the plane, if it's still flying, we're trying to milk every ounce of energy out of it. A good landing, the wheels are all the way back by the time it touches down. Now you can relax that a little bit like that. I'll let you I'll let you taxi up. So I'm going to bring the throttle idle and just go nice and slow before you make that turn. So you wait for the two first, and then eventually you'll see the markings to turn off.
Do it for the flaps up or do it after?
I usually wait till they're the runways. Because if you start flying complex planes with gears and things, you don't want to be hitting switches on the runway because if you hit the wrong switch, you could be above.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
now start turning.
Yeah, nice and easy. Yeah, you can see. We get our tail past this line and all the parts of the plane on the other side of that line. Yes, we're going to go past it. It's a broken line here, so that means we go past it. And we get over here, and then we can stop here, and then we'll do our after landing. So use the brakes, and then you're going to do the after landing checklist here on the brakes.
Flaps up.
Yep, so set it up, it goes all the way up, and verify left and right goes up.
Okay. Carburetor heat off. Goes off.
Well, this is on. This is hot for landing, so push it in. Yep.
And trim idle. Or it's not idle. It's in the center.
Yeah, these planes don't need much trim. The 150, you probably know, it almost stays in trim. It's got 1 or 2 speed. So that's good. Okay, so I'll let you do the throttle. Just make the turn taxi to where we were parking. You get it? They say the bows plane moves a lot. It makes aren't that good, so you really can't be lying on stuff like that. So you just got to do the speed. Never get so fast that you got to use the brakes. You can't stop.
Yeah. Keep on straight?
Yes, keep on straight. I'll see how far we go. The other thing we can do is we can turn on. Actually, all the planes fine. It's smart left. There was a glider that had to make an emergency landing here today. They lost left and they had to land here. So it's a glider coming in, and they had the lady was flying it. They had to push it up the runway. We stopped, get out of our plane, and push it up the runway. And then she called Sterling when she's out of Sterling, and they flew the tow plane down here to let her go.
I heard that also a jet took off.
Yeah, there's a Vision Jet, a Cirrus Vision Jet. You know what they have that in your simulator?
Yeah, I fly the Vision Jet a lot.
So make a right turn now. What you're gonna do? Yeah, you're gonna where this pavement changes the color, like the light gray to the dark gray. You're gonna turn so kind of right about here where this crack is on this line. Use this as your center line. That'll keep you safe with the wing. That's good. Let's see, we were in the first spot, right? So keep going up to the first spot.
Yeah, where the stuff is.
Yeah.
ignition off.
Yeah, now you can turn the key all the way to the left and pull it out. Put it on the dash.
Master switch off.
Yeah, there you go. Good job.
And post-flight secure aircraft complete.
Great job. So why do you think I have people keep their hand on the red knob?
Until it shuts off?
So yeah, so what happens is a lot of people get antsy, they do this and it's already out all the way, and they reach over to grab the ignition key, but what the airplane is like, you want to shut them down with the fuel, starve them. So if it's still rotating and it's firing and you've got fuel in the cylinders and you turn the ignition off and it misfires, then you can backfire, blow a muffler out. So I just found one of the things I do, instead of waiting, a lot of people say do this and used to wait, and I tell people, if you keep your hand here, you'll resist that temptation of moving it somewhere else, moving on to the next item. So other things you can say, flaps up and then move next one, that's fine, but over here, I just like when you're shutting it down, keep it here until you see the pop stop. Then you can pull the key out. Because all it takes is once in a blue moon, and we've had some bad backfires and things that wakes people up.
Oh, there's a parking brake. Do you want me to pull it?
It doesn't work though.
Okay.
It's a crazy brake. It's like it doesn't work in any of the 150s. It's the Cessnas have a hand brake to pull out.
Yeah, under
That's
here.
a regular brake that connects to the pedals. That works good. And just all the other planes have good brakes, but this one is just it's like a novelty. So they usually only worked a few days, and then people never use them. But yeah, any particular, well, you did good. You know what you're doing. You flew good. You got much smooth. You really calmed down. It was bumpier today. It would have been hard looking at your altitude. Like you would say, I'm not doing good, but it would just, I had trouble keeping within 200 feet of altitude earlier. But you saw, once you get in that thing, it's just nice and gentle, good coordination, nice flying. And good taxiing. Your taxiing got, and it's not hard. It's hard to do in this plane because it's kind of wild. Just getting the right pressure and then not moving it. It's not fidgeting. If things are going good, don't mess with it.
Yeah.
A lot of people loosen up and then it moves and they move again. Say you had it. Just keep it there. Hold it. You can see where we were because that dump usually from the other direction is like brown. It shows up clear. Here coming in, it was blending into the scenery so much, and it was like so well maintained, like a golf course. I didn't get the sense that it was like a hell. Normally it sticks out like a sore thumb, but it was kind of a weird view with the sun and the shade, coming in.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely got nice up though, nice and strong. Yeah, it's basic flying. It's just the basic stick and rudder stuff. Great plane for learning.
Yeah.
And it's easier to fly. If you can fly a small plane, it's easier to fly a big plane. Big planes hide a lot of mistakes. They're more procedure based. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll come out after and tie it down. Just get if there's a wood chock there, just put a chock on the wheel.
Do you leave the beacon lights on?
Yeah, so what we do that for is if somebody, if you got to turn the master off, see how the red light stays on?
Yeah.
So if we see a red light blinking, I'll come out and turn it off, but this way they don't end up with the dead battery. So I used to turn off the beacon and then shut down the master, but it's just a lot of flights was like leaving the beacon on all the time. And then this way it's always on when you start the engine, and if they leave the switch accidentally on, someone can alert you that, hey, you almost, because otherwise the battery dies if the master's on for more than like an hour on the ground without flying it. Okay, I'll come out and fix it all later. We can go in.